Hello Uganda, welcome to Nnalubaale Blitz Go Local, where we get to tell you everything that happens in the sports world here in Uganda. I'm your host Gaga and I'm proudly sponsored by Pluscon and hosted by Huma Cafe. Now of course we have quite a number of things we're going to be talking about. Of course we are here to kickstart your weekend. You know, it's Friday. We are going to be talking about some cricket, we have rugby cranes, we have Masaza Cup, we have NBL, gazelles, everything you need to know about sports, even hockey, we have it here. So stay locked in. Starting off with rugby, the Uganda Rugby Cranes team will battle to stay in Africa's top flight when they host Ivory Coast in relegation decider this weekend, Sunday, July 19th at Nnalubaale Stadium, following a humbling defeat to Morocco in the 5th place semi-final of the Rugby Africa Cup for 2025. What was meant to be a chance to restore pride after an earlier tournament loss turned into a punishing lesson in discipline and missed opportunities. Uganda struggled throughout the first half, losing lineouts, turning over scrums, and ignoring kickable penalties, and will hope to make it better to avoid a disjointed structure that previously left players like Philip Wokorach and Joseph Aredo isolated. The Cranes battle with Ivory Coast, who are beaten by Senegal in a must-win relegation match on home turf, will determine whether Uganda remains in the Rugby Africa Cup's top tier, drops down for the next cycle. In the championship race, Namibia and Zimbabwe booked final spots, and winner will earn a direct ticket to the next Rugby World Cup, while the runner-up heads off to a global playoff. Moving on to the Gazelles, after two straight defeats against Egypt and Rwanda, Uganda's women's national basketball team, the Gazelles, who are currently away in Egypt, bounced back with a confidence-boosting win over Cameroon in their final warm-up game ahead of the 2025 FIBA AfroBasket. Agatha Kamwanda remained sidelined, while Maya Waiswa, Claire Lamunu, and Paige Robinson are set to join the team in Ivory Coast. The Gazelles are currently staging in Alexandria for their final training camp before traveling to Abidjan for their continental tournament. Let's get to hear more from the team head coach Nicholas Natuhereza and the player Evelyn Nachienji.
Yeah, we started off our training camp with some friendly games here in Egypt. We competed well in the first game, but second game was tough because I think of fatigue, and the players were not able to push themselves as much as they normally do. And then we finished off with a good win against Cameroon. Something good for us to build on. And starting today out here in Alexandria, where we just started our second part of the camp. We are trying to go light, of course, because the players are a little bit tired from the 3 games. It's a light session for today. Egypt in general right now is quite hot compared to back home. In Alexandria, as we speak here in the gym, it's a little bit humid. I know by the time we leave, people will have adapted, and we'll be ready to compete regardless of the environment.
We've now moved from Cairo to Alexandria to continue with the training camp after the games, and we are working today. We've basically worked more on shooting and just loosening up because of the travel, and we needed the bodies to rest a little bit. But I think after tomorrow we'll continue with the normal coaching program.
Moving on to NBL, in the National Basketball League, defending champions City Oilers are set to face table leaders Blazers in a much-anticipated clash this Friday, but they'll be heading into the showdown reeling from a shocking upset. City Oilers were handed their 9th season loss on the Wednesday night after falling 65-52 to Victoria University's Victoria Crocs at the YMCA court in one of the biggest season's upsets. The Oilers managed to squeeze out 32-29 lead at halftime, courtesy of a buzzer-beating layup by Rogers Downer, but things quickly unraveled after the break. The Crocs stormed the third quarter, turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and pushing and punishing the Oilers in transition. Victoria opened up an 11-point cushion that proved unsaleable. With the result, Victoria Crocs have firmly announced their presence among the league's playoff series contenders. Elsewhere in the women's division, UPDF Lady Tomahawks trashed Nkumba Lady Marines 85-68 at YMCA, while Miracle Eaglets pulled off a surprise 62-51 win over the Magic Stormers in Nalia. The Kampala Rockets wrapped up the night with a commanding 75-53 victory over Livingston. Today, Friday, in Lugogo, before City Oilers fight for a victory over the Blazers at 9 p.m, Rays Life, who also hope to secure a playoff spot, will face KCCA Panthers at 7 p.m. We can't wait to see how that plays out. Golf lovers, it's shaping up to be a thrilling finish at the Pearl of Africa Golf Series finale in Lugazi. Uganda's top professionals are locked in a tight battle, and the stage is set for a showdown between close friends and fierce competitors. Ronald Rugomayo is right where he loves to be, at the top of the leaderboard and under pressure. The South Africa best pro carded a 1 under 70 on Thursday to look at Lugazi Hills Golf and Country Club to lead after day 2 of the Pearl of Africa Golf Series. Just one stroke separates him from Otile, Grace Kasango and Marvin Max Chividige, all tied in second. In the amateur ranks, Joseph Kasoze leads by a single shot over the chasing pack that includes Juma Abiti, Asman Tumwesije and Joel Okoth. Meanwhile, in the women's gross amateur category, Meron Komugisha and Martha Babidi are tied for the lead after Peace Kawasweka's withdrawal. Now, if we get into what has been happening when it comes to hockey, the game week 10 of the 2025 Uganda National Hockey League exploded into life this past weekend at the Lugogo Hockey Grounds. With title races heating up, Wananchi delivered a dominant statement, while Weatherhead and Kampala continued to keep the pressure on. In the men's division, table leaders Wananchi were ruthless, dismantling WSC Wabalozi by an unbelievable 31 goals to nil. Okay. The empathetic Queen stretched their unbeaten run in 9 matches and increased their goal difference to a league-leading 114. Second place Kampala kept pace with a commanding 8-0 victory over WHC Titans, taking them to 24 points just for behind their leaders. Wananchi at top of the standings with Kampala in second, while Weatherhead comes in third with 23 points and Thunders fourth with 18. The men's game week 11 action will continue on Saturday, July 19th, WSC Wabalozi versing WHC Titans at 1 p.m, Makerere versing Kampala at 4 p.m, and then on Sunday, July 20th, Thunders will be versing KHC Originals at 11 a.m, Badgers versing Rockets at 2 p.m, Weatherheads versing Wananchi at 5 p.m. In the Women's League, game week 8 saw defending champions Wananchi HDF showed no signs of slowing down, banking WHC Diamonds 5-0 to stay to top with 22 points from 8 matches. However, the closest challengers Wananchi stumbled after being held to a 1-1 draw by Kampala. That result keeps them in 3 points adrift in second. Weatherhead registered a solid 4-0 win over Deliverance Church to remain fourth, while Makerere moved off the bottom of the table with crucial 3-0 win over the Thunders. Wananchi HDF stay at the summit with 22 points, Wananchi in second with 19, Kampala keep on 17, 2 more than fourth placed Weatherhead. For the women's game, week 9 will kickstart on Saturday, July 19th with the following fixtures. Wananchi versing Makerere at 2:30 p.m, Thunders versing Weatherhead at 5:15 p.m. It will continue on Sunday, July 20th with Deliverance CH versing WHC Diamonds 12:30 p.m, Wananchi HDF versing Kampala at 3:30 p.m. Now, when it comes to cricket, Uganda A suffered a heartbreaking loss in the opening match of the Pearl of Africa Cricket Series, falling just 2 runs short against Namibia A at the Lakeside Oval on Thursday morning. Namibia A posted a competitive 145 for 6 in their 20 overs. Skipper Jan Balt top scored with 48, backed by 43 from Van Vuren and a brisk 29 from Dylan Lecher. Uganda's bowlers responded with grit. Ivan Baidu led the charge with 3 wickets for 23 runs, while Pius Oloka and Brighton Muganzi picked up a wicket apiece. Kenneth Waiswa added a vital run-out with sharp fielding. In their chase, Uganda looked poised for victory. Opener Simon Sesazi anchored the innings with a composed 66, while Pascal Murungi's unbeaten 38 off 26 deliveries kept hopes alive. But with just 7 runs needed off the final over and 5 wickets in hand, Uganda faltered. Namibia's Jean de Villiers took 2 wickets and conceding just 1 to run deny Uganda at the death. Uganda A finished on 143 for 5, falling short by just 2 runs. They will now aim for redemption against Nigeria today at the same venue. Giving you some update from Chan, Uganda Cranes continue their preparation for the 2025 African Nations Championship at the Philip Omondi Stadium in Lugogo. However, forward Osama Arafat has also delivered a rallying message to fans, calling for unity and support ahead of the tournament Uganda will co-host with Kenya and Tanzania. The KCCA-FC attacking midfielder also emphasized the importance of fan presence and national pride as the team eyes a strong showing in Group C, where they'll face Algeria, South Africa, Guinea, and Niger. However, training sessions have intensified as the technical team pushes the players to reach optimal form. To many who observed the team training on Monday, 14th July, Paul Put looks to be at the helm of the training despite unnamed local coaches Olivier Kwaso and Fred Muhumza as those in charge. Now getting into some netball, history was made at the Tororo Girls School on Thursday as Budo SS edged past the mighty Chitende 29-27 in a tense final that needed extra time to decide the winner. The victory marks Budo's first national netball title in over 2 decades. Finally breaking through on their 3rd attempt against Chitende, having fallen short in the 2012 and 2024 finals. For 7 straight years, Chitende reigned supreme in netball. With 9 titles in the past 11 editions, they were the team to beat, only missing out during the COVID-19 disruption. You know what, I thought Chitende only reigns when it comes to UNEB, but it looks like even in netball, it's leading. But Budo's determination charge brought the reign to the dramatic end, becoming the first school since St. Julian Gayaza in 2013 to lift the trophy ahead of Chitende. The only other school to achieve that since 2000 is Gombe SS back in 2007. With this win, Budo SS joins Chitende and Hamson Islamic Nachifuma in booking their tickets to represent Uganda at the Fiesta Games next month in Kakamega, Kenya. Getting into some news with the Masaza Cup, the battle for Uganda's football supremacy continues this weekend as the 2025 Plascan Masaza Cup rolls back with an action-packed match day 4. Fans across the kingdom can expect fireworks as regional pride, points, and bragging rights take center stage. On Saturday, 3 early games will set the tone. Sesa will look to capitalize on home advantage when they host Busiro at Lutoboka grounds at 3 p.m. Later, Chad Dondo welcomes Buekula at Ham Stadium at 4 p.m. in what promises to be a tightly contested encounter. And at Bakijulula Playground, Kabula will face off against Mawogola in a clash of evenly matched sides. The action intensifies on Sunday with a full slate of 6 fixtures lined up. Budu Ores, a fan favorite, takes on Busuju at Chitovu Sports Arena at 4 p.m. Singo will be hoping for a statement win when they host Kochi at Saza Grounds. Chagwe meet Butambala at Bishop's SS Mukono, both sides seeking to revive their campaigns. Over at Majo, Bulemezi hosts Buvuma in what could be a high-scoring affair. Gomba take on Bululi in Kabla Soke, another derby with massive implications. And in Ntenjeru, Bugerere will square off against Mawokota in the weekend's final fixture. With the group standings beginning to take shape, match day 4 could be pivotal in deciding who makes it to the knockout rounds. From the islands to the heart of Buganda, it's football, passion, and culture all in one. Welcome to Blitz Extra Time, where we tell you everything you need to know about your sports stars, your role models, and everything you need to know about their lives, what they do outside of sports. So today, our very own star is a lady, and I'm all for women empowerment. Tonight, we turn our spotlight to a rising star who has become a symbol of hope and excellence in the Ugandan basketball, Jane Asinde. Born on October 15, 1999 in Kampala to Crispin Oloka and Janet Athieno, Asinde's basketball journey began 7 years ago while at Budo Secondary School. Her talent quickly caught fire, rising through the ranks, representing the Magic Stormers in the Women's National Basketball League. By 2018, she was already on the national radar, featuring Uganda at the FIBA 3x3 U23 World Cup and later joining champions JKL Lady Dolphins. But her ambitions reached her further. In 2019, Asinde moved to the United States to join Grayson College, becoming only the third Ugandan woman to play college basketball in America. Her impact was immediate. She was named a first-team All-American, ranked 18th by the World Exposure Report, and later moved to Wichita State University, followed by a stint at UTEP. Professionally, Asinde has represented Henan Phoenix in China and recently terminated a contract with Esino Lugo CB in Spain's LF Endesa League after helping JKL Dolphins clinch the 2024 NBL title. Following her MVP performance at the FIBA Women's AfroBasket Zone V qualifiers, global interest in Asinde has soared. She's currently giving back to the game, mentoring young players in Uganda through the iHoops holiday program, and is also in a camp with the Gazelles in Alexandria, Egypt, as they prepare for the 2025 FIBA Women's AfroBasket in Ivory Coast. Jen Asinde is a true testament to where talent, opportunity, and hard work can lead. Thank you for keeping it Nnalubaale Blitz Go Local, where we get to give you all the glimpse into the sports world here in Uganda. Same time, same place, and next time, so don't touch that dial. And of course, we are sponsored by Plascon and hosted by Huma Cafe. You know, we do how we do.